Hey everybody, it's JMan105 coming back at you with yet another rant, which is one of the reasons you keep coming back to my channel because you love listening to me rant about things. Again, I'm back in my new format, which is an old format, so I guess you can say everything that is old is new again. If you haven't noticed, I've returned to the podcasting format, so I basically don't have to hold a camera up and have to go through video files. I'm not lazy, I'm just working harder, not smarter. Anyways, if you live in Ontario, or Canada for that matter, you will have known that we are now in winter. We have started getting over the weekend a couple big snowstorms, more so if you live 20 minutes north of where I live. If you don't know where that is, I will tell you. I live in Barrie, Ontario, which is on the shores of Lake Simcoe, about an hour or so north of Toronto. Um, because of where I'm situated in southern Ontario, I'm surrounded by Great Lakes, most notably Lake Huron. What this means is that when it does snow, I get lake effect snow off of Lake Huron that usually migrates from Lake Superior, which means that our snowstorms are brutal. Hence the nickname for the area called the Snow Belt. Anything usually, say, 15 minutes south of here and above usually gets pounded heavily every winter by snow, only not this winter. And that leads me into a side note here because we have been plummeted into winter early and have gotten two severe storms, and the temperatures have been colder than they should be. Where are all of you climate change people? Oh, that's right, you disappeared. Because whenever the snow and ice returns quickly, where do you all go? Do you hide somewhere? Anyways, that's not what I'm ranting about today. What I am talking about is the fact that so many people who already don't know how to drive cars and probably shouldn't be allowed to drive a car are the first ones to say, oh, I better get my snow tires on. It's getting bad out there. I could crash. Things could get hairy. Newsflash, if you are a shitty driver, snow tires make absolutely no difference. I am someone that has never used snow tires. Never have. I don't like snow tires. I don't like the extra expense of snow tires. And only up until recently, being back in the automotive industry for the last couple of years, I've had nowhere to put snow tires. And I don't want to spend the money on them. I've used all season tires. It's very simple when you're driving in the winter. You drive a bit slower. You leave a lot of space between you and the next person. You don't try to floor it through red lights or yellow lights. You drive according to the conditions. If it's a whiteout, you don't go out. It's as simple as that. If there's a heavy snowstorm, you try not to go out unless it's an emergency. This past weekend with the two storms we had, I usually do my grocery trips on Sunday mornings at 8 a.m., but because of the forecast, I planned ahead. I went out Saturday at 8:30 a.m. I missed both storms. My car was parked the rest of the season. You have to do this in a country such as Canada. You have to plan ahead. You have to be smart. You have to drive according to the conditions. Unfortunately, that doesn't happen. As I said, a lot of those shitty drivers think that as soon as they put snow tires on their car, they're instantly not going to have any problem. What's the first thing I see, usually after storms? It's someone that has snow tires on their car that's gone into a ditch or hit something because they're not leaving in enough space. And as a side note to this, by the way, with snow tires, if you are on black ice, they do not help you. Black ice is undetectable. If you hit it, you could have the most expensive snow tires that money can buy, and you're still going into a ditch faster than, say, I would. You need to drive according to the conditions. You need to pay heavy attention to the color of the road after a snowfall or during a long cold snap. And yes, there are people with regular tires, all-season tires, summer tires, like me, who end up in ditches and crash into things. I saw somebody crashed into something on my way to work on that one snowfall last week. But again, this comes with the territory. If you are a shitty driver, nothing is going to help you. If you are one of those drivers that is honest to God scared and white knuckle driving, you shouldn't be out there. Park your car, stay home. Do everybody a favor. 100%. And you get this a lot with people who drive either 4x4s or cars with four-wheel drive. And you see a lot of this with SUV owners, pickup trucks with four-wheel drive, and especially the Subaru drivers and the BMW drivers. They're the worst of the lot. They already drive like maniacs to begin with. And here's another side note, which you're hopefully not getting tired of. Subaru drivers are the new BMW drivers. They're all assholes. Sorry, there's no other way to say that. Moving right along, four-wheel drive doesn't save you from winter, doesn't save you from crashing, doesn't save you from problems. Four-wheel drive doesn't help you if you already don't know how to drive. This ties in with everything I've been saying on this episode. If you are a shitty driver, please stay home. If you are a good driver, thank you. We appreciate you. Unfortunately, there's not enough good drivers on the road these days. I know, I've seen it. I've commuted on highways. I've used major highways. I've gone down back roads. I drive through the city in many cities. There's no shortage of bad drivers. We're not going to fix this problem probably ever. And it's only going to get worse when electric cars are more prevalent, because we're going to have broken down electric cars and people driving them like assholes, like Tesla drivers do now. That's another side note. I'm not getting into that. That's all for this episode. Have a great day, everybody. Thank you for listening. I will have another episode coming right up after this one that you just want to listen to. Like, subscribe, share, tell your friends. I don't care how you do it. Just do it. Have a great day. Thanks all.